And today's video I'll be showing you your weather forecast mainly on the longer range charts because we have a lot of uncertainty today and I do want to get all of that confusion out. And of course at the end with the UKV chart temperatures and also the top temperatures today. Feeling cooler today because of that cloud covering most parts of the country, and also we have got that wind chill on top of it, so 4-5 degrees below on the feel like of what is actually those actual temperatures. So actually it will feel a lot cooler today, but tomorrow it will try to warm up again. But we'll currently start with the UKV. You can see high pressure is dominating over the top of UK near Scotland, wrapping at Iceland as well. Those ice bars will loosen up to give less winds. And continuing now, you see high pressure will just lock in on there and it will just stay there. And notice this connection here. This connection on the jet stream from northeastern Canada towards Greenland. It's going to wrap this low pressure as a calf low. It's going to be trapped in there. And because we got this high pressure, we got another calf low. This high pressure is going to become a block now. And look at what it does. It just stays on there. And then it continues. It moves further and drifts further north into late May. Then still it will continue. But look at the wind direction. Isobars is coming from the north. And I will show you the temperatures later. But we'll only focus on the geopotential height for now. But still, high pressure is still dominating. But we do notice before, running back to the start, this calf though, it has been continuing to weaken from Sunday 18th. Sunday 19th is basically not even a low pressure anymore. And then look how these two split into. This one split into two. One's going off to Canada, one going towards the UK. It's going to drift ever so slightly towards closer. And then by 22nd, it will start to re-emerge again and it will start to develop again as a low pressure. Yesterday we were seeing this as a low pressure that was a bit more severe than what we had intentionally. But still, this one is the 1,000 and I would say around 1,000 isobars on exact. Still low pressure, not as severe. Again, as we got a calf low here, it will continue. It will just be staying on there, locking in on that the south of the UK, and then after that, high pressure, which was originally from Iceland and Greenland, it's going to move further south towards the Azores here, and now the high pressure is locked at the Azores, and then after that, this calf low finally goes away on 25th of May. Continuing, you see northerly breeze again, the wind direction switching to the north, and then 27th, 28th of May, high pressure is dominating, no, low pressure is near Iceland, high pressure is still so nearby out into the continent, but just as we head into 29th, 30th of May, even 31st of May, going back to the start, accidentally, going back to the end now, you see, 29th of May, low pressure rises from the Iceland. Another neighbor comes on with it from powered by the jet stream. This one's going to be the one that's dominating the UK. You see the kink in the isobars there on 29th of May, which will swallow another low pressure system. This one does look like far more severe than the previous one going back to here again. Does look like pretty certain it's going to be more severe because those isobars are much more tighter and also the wind direction is coming south as well. But now, comparing that to the GEM chart, high pressure is dominating and low pressure towards the out in the Atlantic and one over parts of the continent. And now again, this high pressure is locked in, very similar to GFS start here. We got 1, 2, 2 of these low pressure systems are blocking next to the high pressure. And then again, look what the GM does here. GM takes a very similar position of the high pressure as the UK as the GFS. Here we actually get it from Greenland. That's the same from the GFS. And then look at that, it lashes a northerly breeze I'll put on the deviation temperatures now. You can see dark blue Arctic blast coming down there. Those temperatures, look at those, -5 degree isotherm coming straight down, and it's going to be staying there pretty potent for a little while, and it's going to continue to on 24th of May and further beyond that. Beyond that, high pressure is trying to develop into Greenland. Not much of a success yet. We don't see a real developed high pressure yet, but I get why the runs are trying to do that. And now we'll have a look at the ECMWF run now. You can currently see high pressure is dominating the weather over Iceland again, and then these two cut-off lows, very similar stuff for all runs. Be certain that instead of this low cut-off low here, these actually this interconnection actually joins up, and then look at this, it becomes a polar vortex here, and here is still a cut-off low, but then it takes a very similar position, and then these two, this was again intentionally to be a cut-off low, but instead it's being interconnected by the jet stream again, and then once this low pressure was dissipated, look what it does. It was once a very high low pressure, but then it dissipated, and then look what it does again. It regains power here onto Iceland, and then continuing, you see it's going to struck Greenland, and then as we continue, you see high pressure is basically dominating the weather for the Azores and Iceland and the UK as well, and then basically continuing, you see this low pressure, which was the south there, which was the Iceland, will continue to stay there. It will weaken at that point, but then notice towards the south. Very sudden, abrupt low pressure is dominating towards the south. Here, 996 millibars down towards the south, and as the end of the run, 29th of May, low pressure towards the south. Much more of a sunnier run with the ECMWF, but just flopping a little bit at the end. We'll have a look at the 800 HPA temperatures, basically starting with warm. 20th of May, northerly flow and lashes, not really hitting the UK directly, but still you see what that northerly breeze is trying to do. It's trying to hit down there, and then we got a low pressure dominating the weather, and then it's basically generally cooler, and then before another low pressure and then warm front will sweep in before 30th of May into start of June, where we will start to get more unsettled weather to start off summer. You can see ECMWF model. Friday, Saturday, still warm air, but then look at this again, by 22nd, 1st of May, northerly flow and lashes not hitting directly towards the UK, so we continue to get milder air, but then again, it's a southerly breeze, so continuing with that milder color, not really much of a change here. If I fast forward all of that to the run, you see it's all kind of mild colors, so really not much to look at all with the GM run based on the temperatures. Total accumulated precipitation, you can currently see 15th of May. This one's a very wet run, it does look pretty wet because we have got low pressure. First one arriving 22nd of May, a major weather front. You can see wet starting off with East Anglia and the eastern to central part of England. We'll continue with the second low pressure 30th of May. Continuing, you see Northern Ireland basically, and the whole of southern England basically filled with those reds and even pinks. Same with Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland. Other parts, it will be a little bit drier, but still, you will still get those rain. And from the ECMWF run, you can see basically it's much more drier actually. Look at those weather fronts. Only highest is only you see those yellow bits and those orange bits, and overall widely across the whole UK, basically all nearly bone dry with this. How many hours is this in? Nearly a little bit 30th of May, I would say around 240 hours to 360 hours around. So look at this, all that rain precipitation is staying out from in the Atlantic, but look at this, the UKV. all of that rain is coming inland, while this one is all out dumped into the Atlantic. We'll have a look at those temperatures now. You can see Thursday, 20, 21, maybe 23 degrees in some spots. Into Friday, you can see a little bit more milder, around 22, 23 degrees again. Into Saturday, around very similar actually, those temperatures 21, 22 lingering above that in some spots. And as we head into Monday, you see 20, 21 degrees, still pretty much very similar temperatures. And today's maximum temperatures up to 23 degrees Celsius in Shahon Airport. And that's basically the end of your forecast. Thanks for watching this video, and until the next time, goodbye.